talk about common sense and studying English, sentence structures, and also pronunciations and different strategies to learn English. I am talking to individuals from Bangladesh to Ethiopia to Kenya to Nigeria. A shout out to all of you countries that show me much love. I've started this group basically because I was in a few groups which I was invited to. Okay. And as I was invited to these groups, they kicked me out because of my fluent English. Okay. And I felt that was wrong. Okay. So I created my own group. It's called Learn English from a Native American. Okay. And if you learn,
You mean that
yes,
you are
yeah,
you are inviting people to learn real native accent, yeah,
correct,
real
correct.
native dialect. Yeah, that's good, fantastic.
Yeah.
When I listen to many other people from America, it's so hard to understand them because there is a variety of their dialect, and that's the things everywhere. Yeah. Suppose in my country, when we talk to people, we face this difficulty understanding different dialect. So it's from everywhere, for everywhere, every country, it's the same things. Okay.
I like the way you spoke that very well. Very well. I give you thumbs up for speaking that way. Most Americans don't know how to appropriately speak English. I am more on the intermediate level, a 70%, 80. Okay. I am not a professional though. I am not a professional. And so since you said it that way, so articulately, I try my best not to sound condescending or arrogant because I'm not. Okay. I'm slowing down so you can understand me. You got it?
Yes, I have also American teacher Chris Larson, and he's also a professional teacher. And I get, or
Is
I
he a
check.
native? If he's is he a native English speaker?
Yes, American teacher, Washington D.C. from Washington D.C.
Was he
and
born in America? Was
he
he born and raised in America?
yeah yes,
Okay.
he born in America, and he provide free classes Saturday. Yeah, before you, I was there in his lesson, and another one is Monday. And also I have a close relation to him. I also do some job with him in personally about affiliate marketing. That's why I talk to him every time, every day. But his sound is also good when he talk. I can understand everything, but apart from this, when some other people, some other native person talk, that time is so hard, so difficult to understand. Yes,
Hmm.
and your accent is goes to international. Suppose we know that the international phonemes, that means international accent, everyone can understand. Your sound goes like international phonemes, so it's good, it's fantastic. And are you offering free classes every day?
No, I usually do like check like text checks. Like if you got paperwork, I check it. I think you're the one. No, you're not the one who sent me paperwork sometimes to check. If you have
uh, uh,
paperwork, if you
I
have
have
paperwork, go ahead.
I have another interesting thing, that is maybe you don't use a web talk, yeah?
Well, I don't have a laptop. I don't have
No,
a.
no, 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 no. A web talk is another platform from different country native teacher there. Suppose from your country, Jack, John Jack.
Give me the name of the website. What's it called? Web Talk. WEB correct?
Yes, but uh, okay, John Jack, he also from America, and he teaches us how to introduce when you go to job and go to a job interview and such kind of things. And his accent also good to understand. We can understand him.
Okay, very good. I'm going to explain to you that I am a dynamic teacher. I take multitudes of different metaphors, slangs, abbreviations, definitions, and different strategies. I try to cut out the technical part of English because learning the technical part of English takes longer. Okay.
And okay, you are
Yes, sir.
offering these classes, but do you
On
have any
Saturday
interest?
and on Saturdays and Sundays, I'm usually available. So, at times, I'm in the private group chats, actually checking papers. So if you have paperwork, you can post it, and I will check it with red X's or not. See, I wish I could do it here, but I can't because this is not a laptop. This is not a desktop. I'm using my phone. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. So continue.
Do you have any interest? Suppose you are teaching us without any cost, and do you have any interest, or just helping people to learn English, helping people learning English? That's the
Well,
things.
well, I talked to at least 50 Bangladesh individuals and from India and Nigeria. And if you want my undivided attention, you can pay me, okay, something. But I highly doubt that will be able to be the transaction will be completed
Okay.
because it's hard
In
to.
personally, you don't demand anything, but if we wish, we can put something to you. That's the things.
Yes, correct.
Yes.
As a matter of
Okay. So,
fact,
okay.
hey,
As
listen,
I
listen.
am
As a
new,
matter of fact, matter of fact, this business guy, I call him a business guy. He works at a certain company, and he wants me to work with him, but I don't have a laptop. I don't have a computer or a desktop. But other than that, I think he knows how to connect bank accounts from America to Bangladesh. Okay, because I think you need an American account in order to transfer funds. Okay, so
as
continue.
I think, okay, as I am new with you, not I joined with you another class, another conversation before, maybe 1 week before. But I can suggest you one thing that you are doing right now, offering us free classes, online based, and if you do it in our platform, you can get paid by your activity. So I think suppose such kind of thing you are offering these classes. It's free class. You spend time. I am also spending my time and learning new things. Same job if you do in our platform. That time you can get paid. That's the things. So
Okay,
I'll
so we'll
suggest
talk
you.
about that. We will talk about that after this class. Okay, we will talk about that after this class. So you know how to get in touch with me, Mandel Evans, right? Okay, Mandel Evans
Okay.
is my name. So we'll talk about business afterward. Okay. So the topics for today will be about habits. Okay, good habits and expressions. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Um, Again, I created this group because I have been kicked off for two groups for speaking my native tongue, which is English. And I have a bubbly personality, so I guess that's not acceptable. Okay. So, what's on your mind, Nasser? Okay. What would you like to talk about before I begin?
Hello, sir. Just
Okay.
I am hearing so your conversations between two and maybe Abdul Rauf brothers, and I am
Abdul, yeah, yeah.
now Abdul only Abdul.
Abdul Rahman.
Abdul Rahman. Yeah. Where do you live in, brother? I don't know about you, and I am
I'm
from
living
Gaibandha.
beside the. Sorry,
Yeah. I live in
again
Gaibandha.
you. Oh, from Bangladesh.
Yeah. And where
Oh,
do you live in, brother?
right now I'm living in Dhaka, but my hometown is Chatpur.
Yeah, so got it. Okay.
Okay. And so I just want you to understand. I'm also going to talk about punctuations. Okay. I'm going to
Yeah.
talk about that because I got it on this paper here, and somebody wanted me to talk about it, and he's not on the group right now because I did send him the link. Okay. And so
Yeah.
let's talk about the habits first. Okay. It's good to have a piece of paper and a piece of pen or a pad so we can discuss the things that we're talking about. So when you watch this video, you will be more understanding of the habits that you should be taking when you're trying to study English. Okay. Um,
Yes, sir.
Slow and steady wins the race. So the first thing I advise all of you to do is to always have something to write on. Like you write your sentence out, okay, and you bring it to a native teacher like myself or someone else, okay. And it's not recommended to go to another person of your culture. If you're Bangladesh, you shouldn't go to a Bangladesh teacher, even if he says he's a professor, because he may have some things wrong. I seen so many papers from teachers showing me certain sentence structures and words, and next thing you know, it's not correct. Okay, you understand me, Abdor?
Yes.
Okay, and so studying at least 2 to 3 hours a day, and also listening and speaking through interactions we can understand one another. So far, you got it pretty down packed. Okay. Do you know who Syed Yemen is?
Sorry again.
Do you know who Syed Yemen is? Well,
No.
he knows 4 accents, and he studied the English language very good. He said he studies 2 to 3 hours a day, and that's how come he knows 6 different accents. Okay, he knows 6 different accents. That takes a long time to understand the expressions and the slings of how he talks because he was watching a lot of movies. So again, I said by memorization, you can learn English faster. When you start studying the definitions like a verb and a noun and an adjective, it takes longer. Okay. Most Americans do not speak proper English anyway, and they only speak like 600 words. Okay. Did you know that? About 500.
Within 600 word, they talk everything.
Yeah, most Americans don't have a huge vocabulary. Okay, they keep it very low. And when I talk to them, they say, "You sound white. You sound white." I said, "What the hell? I'm sounding white. I thought that was the appropriate way to speak." So they look down on me like, "You think you better than us because you know more words like supercalifragilisticexpialidocious." I'm like, that was just from a movie. Okay? So I'm like, they don't like to learn long words. It's too complex for most Americans. Okay. Um, so let's talk about the habits. So if you practice at least 2 to 3 hours a day writing down sentences, and I'm going to talk about punctuations there. Okay. And punctuations is like this. Here, I'm gonna read it to you. After a period, always capitalize the first letter after the period. It's 2 spaces, then you capitalize. Always capitalize the first letter after the period. Okay. So if you write down, Okay, like I'm saying in this, after a period, always capitalize the first letter. After that, I got during a pause. See, the word D is capitalized. During a pause, put a comma in between. Now, if you want to pause in a sentence, right, you basically speak like what I'm saying. You pausing. You don't never talk so fast to where you're overlapping the commas and the periods. To talk appropriate English, you must pause and stop. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. But do you have any paper for me right now so we can discuss? Did you bring anything or any notes that you would like to discuss?
Okay. Yesterday, I learned a phrase that is TMI. When American people use this TMI,
T M.
I,
There is no such word. T N Y or
TMI.
TMI. That's probably an acronym for something that I don't really use. I never heard of it, but I heard of the word try, TRY, okay, or tie, TIE, okay, or a name Tim.
No. Okay, he said that
How do you say it in a
when
sentence? How do you say it in a sentence?
no, it's not for sentence when people talk about anything and giving too much information. That time they say TMI. That means you are providing me too much important. It's not necessary
Oh,
for me.
okay. I understand now. I heard of that before now, the way you said it, but I
Okay,
haven't heard it that much. Yeah, you're right about that.
okay. And
Yeah.
another one, I'm saying you little under the weather, little under the weather.
Okay. I'm a little
Uh,
under the weather. Yes.
yes, what's the meaning of this phrase?
See, this is what I'm talking about when expressions occur. See, I'm a little under the weather means that you are not feeling well. Okay.
Yeah,
So, like I said before, lots of Americans speak in a certain expression or a metaphor, and these things can throw you off. So just start off by just basically staying legit with straight English because the expressions that's a technical, that's kind of harder because you have to be born and raised around and been around them for years in order to understand that jargon. Okay. Okay. It's because that's kind of technical. It's expressions are technical. It's not really needed to know unless you're living in America. Okay. So give me another one.
feet wet.
I need to get my feet wet. Right.
That means yeah,
That what that means is that I need to test it out. I need to drive it. Okay. I need to start anew. Okay. I need to get my feet. I'm starting new. I need to get my feet wet. Sometimes that can mean something else, like I better get my feet wet in here. I'm ready to go. Okay? Like on a basketball court, I'll hear somebody say, I need to get my feet wet. I'm ready to, they're about to play. It can be a variation of things. Okay. You got to be careful. Need to get my feet wet means that you're a newbie. You're just beginning. You're starting off. You're about to play. Okay. It depends on when and where, the time and the place. Okay.
yes.
And what's another one?
Chit chat.
Chit chat.
Yeah.
You don't know what chit chat is?
Okay, I want to
Take a
know
guess.
from you.
Take a guess. Take a guess what chit chat is.
Okay.
What is chit chat? Chat.
Chit chat.
Chat is basically to talk. That's all it means. It is to chit chat, to talk. That's all it means.
That means when you go to take for an exam, that time you discuss before your exam. You discuss a little more about for gathering information, and that time I need to chit chat with you. I need to chit chat with you. That's the things.
Yeah, it means to talk more. Okay.
Yeah,
And so
chit chat.
give me another one.
Yeah, so I think I also get interested from them that this always use this kind of word, phrasal verb. It's for is spoken, not in written form. When American people generally say talk to each other, that time they use this informal word, informal phrases. So that's the things, and I learn it so much. I'm interested to know a new phrasal verb, new phrase, and new informal sentences from them. That's the thing. Okay,
Mhm.
that's all. And if you want to teach me new one, you can teach.
Here's another phrase. Here's a phrase of an expression, and which I told
Yeah.
you before. It's just an expression. And Shakespearean is a complex form of English. It's a poetic style of speaking. That what I was going to say. I wrote it down here, and it says, "Thou art to be or not to be." That is the question. To be or not to be. That is the question. Don't worry about Shakespearean. It's very complex. Okay, and I want you to explain. I want you to understand that if you say "my lovely," right, "my love," "my lovely," when you use romance, it's technical. It depends on how you use the words. To if you say to a female, you will always be my love forever. You can also say you will always be my lovely forever. It's a romantic slang. Okay, I love you all of the days of your life. Okay, I will love you as my wife forevermore. Okay, you can say lovely or my love. Okay, um, and somebody was talking to me about that, and I was explaining to them. Oh, here it is. I wrote it down here. I love you, my love. I love you, my lovely. You can say either one. It's a romantic gesture. Okay, and
I love you, my lovely. I love you, my lovely. Yeah.
yeah, it's kind of like a
Uh,
romantic gesture. It's kind of cute. Women like it. And here we go. I wish to be with you forever. Okay. And
when we be romantic, that time we use this word. Yeah, I love you, my lovely. But
yes,
maybe it goes to when we talk to our girlfriend or our closed one. That time we use it. Yeah.
yeah, you can use that, or you can say, "I love you, my love." See?
Can I use this with my friends, general friends?
No,
Suppose.
no, no. If you say "my love," oh, here's another expression too. Lots of Bangladesh guys like to call me dear. I am not a dear. That's for a
Sorry, I
female. You say, "Sir, how have you been, sir? How have you been, Mister or Doctor?" Okay, you say those things to a male, but do not say to me, as a dear. Okay, how you been, dear? Okay. Also, I keep hearing this term y'all say sometimes. Are you? This knock me up. Okay, knock me up. That means to get pregnant. Okay, in America, if you say knock me up, that means to get pregnant. You say hit me up. You say hit me up in my inbox. You say send me a message. Okay, DM me.
he
Digital.
hit me up on inbox.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in my inbox.
When I say it not me up, that means
In America it means people will laugh at you, but they'll understand you. But if you say knock me up, okay, I'm like, what the hell do you mean knock you up? You're a female getting pregnant, okay? And I'm like, what are
Uh,
you talking about, okay? And I
yeah.
tell you guys, don't call me dear. I am a male. Even the name dear sounds like a feminine. Dear, okay? So use Mr. or doctor or teacher. You can say teacher, okay? And here's the thing: I want people to understand here. While you're listening to me, understand America has the most evolved English, okay? Because there's so many expressions, and they're evolved enough to give more technical detail to things too. Like if you go to Britain, or you'll go to Switzerland or something, they'll call a cookie a biscuit, and I'm like, and you also have to understand, in many countries they still call soccer football. Soccer is played on the football they kick, the white ball. That's technically called football. America has simplified Fahrenheit and the metric system. So in other countries, you have two different types of metric systems: the American style and the worldly style. And the world metric system, they have more zeros and number put digits than in America. Okay? So understand that America has evolved and simplified their terms and expressions down. Fahrenheit is from 1 to 100. 100 is goddamn hot, like 100%, right? You don't want to be outside when it's 100% hot, okay? If it goes above, that when the body hits like 101, that's danger for you. You're going to get a fever, man. You're not supposed to be outside in 110 degrees, but people live out there in Africa, okay? I lived out in Africa in Ethiopia for almost 2 years, and I felt 112 degrees to 120 degrees Fahrenheit. And you can cook an egg, literally cook an egg on your head. Yes, you can. So I do not recommend Celsius, because Celsius is like you got to subtract the number just to get the accurate number of 32 Celsius, which is 70 degrees. And sometimes I'll have discussions with people about the body's normal temperature. The body's normal temperature is dynamic. It's always changing. It's adaptable. Okay, so if it's like 20 degrees outside, you better warm up. Your body's going to try to match that 20 degrees if you don't have the protection or the gear to protect you from the elements. Okay. I also want to talk to you about this, okay, and everyone else who's watching me. Let me see if I got any comments on the bottom here. Okay, Ryan is on the bottom here. He says, "Glad to see you." Okay, I'm glad to see you too. Okay, why you're not in the group chat, I do not know. So far, he commented me on the YouTube. Okay, and as I'm going to explain to you, yeah, four platforms can see me. That's Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Mixer. Okay, if you're using Restream, you can use multiple platforms, up to 30 platforms. Here, I'm going to show you. There we go. As we can see, Restream allows you to stream live to 30 plus platforms at once. This is the only platform that does it, and I tried my best and I found it. Somebody told me about it. Okay, but you can only talk to at least 6 people at a time. That's the negative. You have to pay for the services to have more on here. Okay, and also a
Sorry,
stream. Go ahead.
but you are now in streaming, but I couldn't see where is your streaming link.
Well, you can't see it because I'm the host. Can you see my picture? Can you see my face? Okay.
Yes.
I am the host. You would not be able to see it down there. And StreamYard has a slight advantage because you can actually talk to 10 people at once and you can see who's talking. You can't see who's talking on the bottom here. Okay? You can't see it? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. If you can't see it, then I'll try to post something here. to see. I'm put down here. Donate for us to grow. For us to grow. Us to.
This conversation for unlimited time. Suppose when we meet on Zoom, it gives me 45 minutes for a conversation.
Oh, it
But
does.
if you want to make more than 45 minutes, that time we need to pay. That's the things.
Oh, I didn't
But
know that. StreamYard gives you 20 hours per month. Okay? StreamYard, you can literally talk for how long you want, as long as you have 20 hours per month. Okay? And Restream, I don't know, because they haven't told me how long I can talk. They just told me my limitation is 6 people. Okay? Okay, let me just put that there. I put my Cash App down there. So anyone who donates to me, the proceeds go to people from Bangladesh, and it also helps me to get a computer. And of course, that's my link, so people can actually send me money directly. Okay, which helps not just me, but everybody. Okay, and of course, let's see right here. It says, follow us on Twitter as well, and on the bottom, okay, that's all it has down there. Okay, so what I was talking about, let's continue on with the punctuations, okay? So can you still hear me and you can still see my video? Abdar, can you still see my video? Can you still hear me?
yes,
Okay, let's continue on now here. Please understand when you make a paragraph, try to make the paragraph 3 to 4 sentences long. Then tap twice so you can skip down. Okay, when y'all write your sentences, please make sure you capitalize the first letter in the sentence, and after the sentence, you write a period. If you have any pauses in the sentence, put a comma. Usually, it's right in before and but, in which, okay, because, okay, you put a period. That means you stop for just a brief second. You make paragraphs by creating 3 to 4 sentences so it can be easily read. Okay. As I said before, I've talked about everything on this paper so far, and I got something else to talk about too as well. I made my own group, and I forgot. Let me see if I can put it here. I don't think I can, but I think I can actually. No, they won't let me. It won't let me. Okay. Oh well. Oh well. I have a special group that I created, which you should already know. Are you already a friend of mine, Abdar? Are you already a friend of mine?
no.
Okay, you should send me a friend request. My name is Mandel Evans. Okay, and this video is going to be posted on the YouTube, on the Facebook, on Twitter, and Twitch. Okay, also in my other group on Facebook, which is called Learn English from a Native American.
Okay, I sent you a request. Accept it. I sent you a request on Facebook.
Okay, and remind me too that we talked, so I can send everybody this link to this video chat to my YouTube. It's going to be through YouTube and also on Facebook too as well. You'll be able to see it. And so now we are going to talk about what else have we talked about? We talked about all these things already. Please start your writing your names in English. Start changing those names, because I'm telling you, y'all language is really complex. You got a lot of curvatures in your name. It's a very beautiful language. Great expression. I love the way Japanese and Chinese and Bangladesh write their language. It's in America they tattoo your names, your languages on their necks. Lots of people love that calligraphy. That's what it's called. It's like a calligraphy, stylish of writing. It's an art form. Okay, and a lot of Americans don't understand it, but they'll get it tattooed on their bodies. And you don't know. You could say something bad, and then it will become popular. Somebody will tattoo it on their neck. Most Americans are like children. Okay, they're always looking for handouts. Okay, but anyway, and so we talked about metaphors and slurs. If one thing means something, it may mean something else, depending on the context of the sentence. Okay, and so what else is there to say? When you write your name, try to have a nickname to go along with it. Okay, so I can understand Abdul. Okay, I may be mispronouncing it, right? Abdor.
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay, I apologize. Okay, but what else is there to talk about? I also want to talk about something here. I got something to talk about here.
Okay, but
You
I need to talk about. You have spent a long time talking about, giving me some lots of information. Yeah. So right now, I want to leave. Yes, and I
okay?
think if you come, if you accept my request, we can talk to you personally. And then suppose I don't have much time for joining classes, but in our group there are lots of links every day we can join, but I don't have such time. And before one day I took your link and I joined with you, and it's fantastic. And today I was some moment to interacting with you, and I joined you. That's the things that's really cool. You are doing such kind of things, helping people learning English, real native sound. It's fantastic, and I see it, I appreciate it very much. And okay,
Thank you
that's
for
all. And
thank
next
you
time,
very much for joining the stream. I very much appreciate it.
yes, yes, and that's the things. And personally, suppose I talk about one thing that is using our platform, you can talk to me personally. I think it will be better for you, and that's the things. Okay, uh,
Okay.
so it's my pleasure to join you to spend a valuable time with you. It's my pleasure, and I couldn't say anything about yourself. Okay, that's the thing. So it's my pleasure that you are doing a great job helping people. Okay, so
You're
thank
welcome.
you.
And you have a good day, okay? And have a good
Okay,
rest.
yes, okay.
All right.
Good day.
Bye bye.
Bye.
And so I also want to talk about one other thing too before he left. And so I do try my best to find a business partners or something to try to get my channel up and try to educate in many people from the international fields, okay, the international world, okay. Um, I want people to understand what IQ is. Okay, IQ can go two different ways. Either you have a great memory for institutionalization, okay, or it could be you basically know a lot of subjects, okay. So I believe that the smarter a person is, the more things they know in life, like how to fix a car, how to fix a flat tire, okay, how to do this, how to do that, okay, and that's the more knowledge you know in life, the more better you can conversate with people and talk about different things like a spark plug and what size of Allen wrench you need to screw on this and screw on that, a Phillips screwdriver, a regular screwdriver, okay. Lots of things to talk about, okay, and not just trying to communicate back and forth. We are trying to have a diverse conversation with one another, and I'm not monotone, okay. I'm dynamic. Okay, you see my face. Okay, I am not the type of professional teacher which talks in a monotone voice. Though my voice can sound kind of irritating if you don't really know me. Okay, and so thank you very much, people. Love you, brothers and sisters of light and dark. Welcome, welcome, welcome to my live English teaching class online. Okay, and of course, I talk about multiple subjects. Look at my videos, and you all have a nice day. Have a nice day. Until next time. I may start one tomorrow. Okay. I'll do some research on the internet and we'll talk about other things as well. Sometimes I talk about numerology. Sometimes I talk about the stars. Sometimes I talk about religion and the culture in America. Too many things to talk about. That is what it means to be a Renaissance man, to always have something to talk about. And y'all have a nice fucking day, okay?